Hey, what's up guys? I'm super excited for today's drop. We've got a brand new disc from Latitude 64. I've been throwing the prototype personally for around 3 to 4 months now. Got the Latitude 64 Royal Strive. This is what my prototype looks like. What immediately made me happy is the parting line and the profile look 100% to me identical. A lot of times we see these prototype versions look a little bit different from the stock runs. And now the real test is going to be, do they fly the same or do they fly a little bit differently? I did originally suggest that the flight numbers are probably more like a -2 turn. This disc hyzer flips up for me no problem really easily. So I'm hoping this one has a similar flip, and I'm hoping it flies more like a -2.3 and not a -1.3. I think it has this similar numbers to a destroyer as far as the turn and fade goes, but I'm hoping it doesn't fly like a destroyer. I'm hoping it flies like this pink one. So we'll throw the prototype and then we'll throw the stock run. So you can see I get a nice little flip up. It's a little bit windy out here today, so definitely take that into consideration. Got a pretty big headwind here. Stock run, first throw. Oh yeah. So upon first glance and first impression, that stock run flies exactly like the prototype run, and that really makes me happy. Let's go throw it a few more times. Just based on that first throw, we got a little bit more hyzer flip than I thought I was going to, which really makes me happy. That's what I really love about the Strive. There's not a lot of 13 speeds out there that most players are going to be able to get some hyzer flip out of. This is one of those drivers. So let's go prototype and then stock run. A little more height this time. Big tailwind's going to stable them out a bit. You can see it really swing at the end. Let's put the white one on a little bit of flex here. Try and take advantage of this tailwind a bit. And then we'll throw it back into the headwind. That's going to be an absolute bomber into the tailwind, climbing that little hill up there, no problem. So let's go back and throw them into the headwind where I can really show off some of that hyzer flip action. And now that we've gotten a couple of warm-up throws in here, let's crunch these a little bit more firm back into the headwind here. Slight hyzer, we should just get a nice little flip and turn, but then it's still a nice reliable fade at the end. There's that turn. And that's just, I mean, gigantic distance for me. That's absolutely huge for me to hit that golf green in the air. And the Strive, by far, most consistently has been my farthest flying disc. Seems to be week over week, month after month. I try out new drivers. I try and see what compares to the Strive. And the Strive is surviving all these new drops that have been coming out and consistently being my main distance driver. Stock run. I mean, look at that. That's the stock run right there. A little bit less hyzer flip, but that is going to be an absolutely tasty max distance driver for so many players, professional, amateur, MPO, and FPO, and everybody in between. All right, now let's take it to the other side here. Let's throw some forehands. I think we're going to get some absolutely massive distance forehands, particularly out of this white one, because it is just a touch more stable than the pink one. We'll go pink, and then we'll go white. Oh yeah, get through the tree. Oh, that plane shadow was weird. All right, we hit the tree. This one's gonna flip over a little bit less. That's the kind of flight you're gonna see for those higher arm speed players. You saw how it just flipped up and went so far and so straight. Only throwing it, 7, 8 feet off the ground and easily clearing well over 400 feet. The disc absolutely bombs on both sides of the game, backhand and forehand. I love that it has flip in combination with torque resistance, and that's really what's going to make the optimal max distance driver. So from the green all the way back to the tee is right around 400 feet, and that white Strive is way up there, like 60 plus, maybe 70 feet in front of the tee box here. So that's definitely pushing a 450-foot forehand. That was 2 feet off the ground. There's not many discs that are going to push that far for you. All right, we've actually got a pretty stiff headwind coming in, so this is going to be the perfect test to see how much torque resistance does this actually have, ripping these forehands into the headwind. Let's see if it has enough integrity to not flip all the way over. Let's see if we can still get some safe, stable distance out of this bad boy. So that's that big turn. I mean, it's a great max distance line, but you can see it's definitely no -1. It's definitely a lot flippier than most -1s in my opinion, especially a 13 speed with a 1 turn. Definitely getting a little more flip, which I personally prefer. That's a lot of height and quite a bit of hyzer. That is an absolute smash though. It was an absolute bomb. I really love this drive. It's a really, really fun and great distance driver to have in the bag. And it is super gusty out here today. The trees are moving all over the place. We could see the discs did flip, but they didn't flip all the way over and burn. They had plenty of stability to still fade out at the end of the flight, which is something I really look for because I want to be able to trust my main workhorse distance driver. And the max distance potential is undeniable. Again, about 400 feet to the front of that Gulf green there. We've got this guy at about mid to end of green, probably about 410, 415. And then way up here, the pink one that had the huge turn, the one that I've beat in a little bit more, I mean, absolutely cleared the green and almost made it all the way to the woods. Again, pushing that 450, 440-ish max distance line. Absolute crusher. Well, all right, guys, that is my review of the Royal Strive from Latitude 64. You should go get yours over at Power Grip USA. You can use my code Iceberg10 to save 10% on your order. I absolutely love this drive. For me, it's the best distance driver that's come out in a long time. And I'm just one of those people. I always go back to the Wraith. I always go back to the Destroyer. This is the disc that either replaces the Destroyer or complements it very well. I don't have the arm speed to get those big turns out of a Destroyer unless I throw some weird beat up 3-line or lightweight version of the disc. But a plain stock Destroyer, I'm not that guy to get it to fly like the pros. The Strive is going to get you that flight of how the pros throw to the Destroyer. You can get the Strive to fly like that. I know I throw around 60 miles an hour with my backhand, and these are flipping up nicely. I can get them to turn. It's just the absolute perfect distance driver for me. And I think a lot of you guys probably have similar arm speed to me. I think it's going to be the perfect distance driver for you as well. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and take care.